We are now seeing a second wave coming in. We've seen it in France, we've seen it in Spain, across Europe. It's been absolutely, I'm afraid, inevitable that we would see it in this country.
Roughly 1/5 of Britain's population is now under some form of renewed COVID restrictions. Tough decisions will have to be made as the country heads into winter. But for now, the Prime Minister says he does not want another full lockdown.
We want to keep schools open, and it's fantastic that schools have gone back in the way that they have. We want to keep the economy open as far as we possibly can. We want to keep businesses going. But the only way we can do that is obviously if people follow the guidance.
London Mayor Sadiq Khan says it is increasingly likely that restrictions will be necessary in the capital to slow the spread of the virus. He believes now is the time to act rather than later. In Birmingham, the city's Nightingale Hospital, which had been mothballed, is now on high alert, which means it could be reopened within 72 hours. There is still the very real option of a second national lockdown, possibly at half-term in October. But would the public be prepared to make all those sacrifices again?
Certainly the constant manoeuvring around different policy arrangements has been counterproductive. It creates a context where it's more likely for police enforcement to be seen as illegitimate. So I think, interestingly, we've just seen an attempt to try to simplify the agenda through the rule of 6. But in actual fact, what that's done is create some complications and some ambiguities about what is and what isn't allowed.
Cases are now doubling every 7 to 8 days. So too, hospital admissions.
Well, demand for COVID testing has rocketed in recent days. In some areas, the R rate is now as high as 1.4. Public Health England say that's a good indicator that things could be about to get a lot worse.
As with so much of this crisis, the situation is constantly changing. The Prime Minister says when it comes to getting COVID back under control, everything is now under review. Enda Brady, Sky News.